Hello, dear friend, and welcome. It's been quite some time since I've shared about memorizing and creating. And first I thought, kind of sad about that I haven't been sharing about memorizing and creating in a more Facebook Live, YouTube way. I thought, well, there hasn't been much of a return. I've been doing lots of sharing, lots of presenting, my passion, my interest, my practice with memorizing, principles of memorizing and principles of creating. And there hasn't been much of a return, but that's okay. Thought, it's hard to quantify that return because I truly believe that a person that shifts from rote memory to a proven, dependable, repeatable method for memorizing, that's a major step, that mastery versus fumbling and grumbling. And the shift from problem solving, trying to get rid of something, to creating a proven, dependable, repeatable method for creating. So for memory, memorizing, Harry Lorraine, our founding father. Super memory, super student, a method for memorizing. Instead of say it over and over and over again, write it over and over and over again, a method. And Robert Fritz, our founding father of creating. Creating was his second book. I much prefer, if you will buy one, Your Life as Art. Beethoven, Mozart, Steven Spielberg, all these great artists use a very specific method for creating. If we've not learned that method, if we don't practice that method, the percentage goes up that we are defaulting to problem solving, trying to get rid of something, trying to fix ourselves maybe. Trying to fix something else, fix somebody else. A lot of different ways to try and fix, so it sneaks in there. But if we learn a method for creating, Robert Fritz quote, it's always easier to obsess about a problem than it is to focus on what we want to create. So I'm always talking about it and sharing it and excited about it, and our little girls understand. About a week ago, our little Cyarra looks at Grandma and goes, "So Grandpa, then when people understand, we will be rich?" Baby gets it, Cyarra gets it, Violet gets it. We're always talking about memorizing, always using the principles of memorizing in small ways, building hopefully to greater ways. We're always talking about creating things together. The babies understand. They understand that excitement. They like that world that we live in. I'm not sure why so many others aren't excited about that, aren't sharing that, aren't saying, "Hey, yo, Russell, I picked it up, man." Great principles. I'm utilizing it in some way. Today I met another barista at Starbucks, brand new. Struggling with the names, trying to recall my name. Harry Lorraine's book, Remembering People. I'd highly recommend for anybody who has the burden on them of remembering people's names. Some of us have a lesser burden to need to remember people's names, and some of us have a higher burden of needing to remember people's names. Choose a method, Harry Lorraine, Remembering People. So, more importantly, I get excited about sharing with our little girls about creating. And we're getting more and more into that, what that means. So, we're going through now understanding the palette, what we're placing onto when we're painting or drawing, and then the medium. Are we using chalk or crayons or pencils or pens or magic markers? So we're doing both the palette and the medium and trying to understand. And then, soon, let's picture first before we start. What do these little 7-year-olds want to picture and then create? So I'm not sure why others aren't excited about this, but I'm asking you if you could share with me. If you've not learned a proven, dependable, repeatable method for memorizing, then you're not using a method for memorizing, which means you're not actually activating the brain neurons in the same way that you could be or should be. If you haven't learned a proven, dependable, repeatable method for creating, it's high possibility you're looking down and in trying to fix yourself instead of looking up and out, picturing. Robert Fritz calls it picturing, not visualizing, but picturing. Most likely not activating the brain cells as much as you could be or should be. That's the point. physical change in the brain and the hippocampus. Possibly other areas too, but primarily I'm believing the hippocampus. So the babies get it, if I can hit the words correctly. So grandpa, then when others understand, we will be rich. I think I missed one of her words there. So grandpa, then when they understand, we will be rich. Well, yeah, rich in knowing that children are now better taken care of. Rich in knowing that teenagers are now being better taken care of. Rich in knowing that teachers can begin to shift as well. Hey, we've been telling children what to memorize, telling them what to memorize, testing them on their ability to remember, to pass those tests. Nobody's fault, but we need to make a change. So during K through 12, at what level are children being told what to memorize, being tested on their ability to remember? It's as early as first and second grade. So Robert Fritz's first book, The Path of Least Resistance, if we're trying to go down that path, that best path for education, we begin to be derailed when we're being told what to memorize before we're being taught how to memorize. There goes that train. So if that train starts slipping off at first grade, second grade, off it goes onto the wrong path. It's not even a path, it's a field of fumbling and bumbling of rote memory. And what I'm sharing is it's pretty much the same. If we're not taught early about creating, we start trying to fix ourselves at a very early age. So it's either rote memory, problem solving, off they go into Never Never Land, or a proven, dependable, repeatable method for memorizing and a proven, dependable, repeatable method for creating. Same method. Off we go. Yes, still hills, valleys, challenges, but much different because we're learning and we're improving. You can't really learn a whole lot or improve rote memory. You can't really learn a whole lot or improve problem solving, fixing, but you can increase the mastery for memorizing, remembering, creating. So grandpa, then when others understand, we will be rich. Makes sense to me. I hope this makes sense to you. Thank you very much. Got some noise out back. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for participating.